Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw KANAN JARRUS from Star Wars. Just so you know, there's a coloring book that you can get through Amazon. Just follow the link in my description and you can get a coloring book to show me how you color to how I draw. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Did I say it right? KANAN? Yeah, KANAN, right? I don't know. Sometimes I go so fast through these, I think to myself, like, ooh, what did you just say? But the tape's going. It's recording. What are you going to do? I can't go back. I mean, I can. I'm not going to lie. I can re-edit it. But, you know, as many as I do one a day. I try to just get it done in one and then move on to the next thing. Because, like I said, I've got a lot to do. And doing one a day, it's great practice. But it's also, you know, it's a lot of work. Okay, so here's the other trick. I gotta make sure I don't make him fall off the page, right? Or the blade, at least. Right there is too far. Okay, too far. So, just gotta make sure I don't go that far. So, yeah, anyway. Okay, and I think that's gonna work as far as a pose. Let me make it more dramatic. I've got him just kind of standing there. Let me stick this leg back more. A little more dynamic, right? Yeah, I think that'll work. As far as positioning goes, I can't speak. I cannot speak. I think that's going to work. Yeah. Cool, so let me start adding some details and then we'll get going. So too blind or not too blind? I was trying to debate what I was going to do, but you know what? I think I'm just going to make regular old KANAN because drawing a mask, I could do that, but that's too simple. You can do that. You know how to do that. And I don't have to teach you how to do that, so I'm going for regular old. Before, whoa, you know, maybe I shouldn't be talking about it. What if you haven't seen it? You know what? I'm going for original KANAN. How's that? Original recipe KANAN with 11 herbs and Star Wars spices. All right. Okay, so I'm just adding some detail here, and then we can get started. And how much detail am I adding? Like, did I give him the ponytail? Can you see it from this angle? I don't think so. Here, I'll add just a little bit of a ponytail. Alright, I think that'll work. And now, let's do the fun stuff. We're going to do the armor. Ooh boy. You know what? I've got the Black Series figure. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the new ones. I want to, but like they're reissuing them with real, I guess. You know, features. Ooh, that's too low. Hang on. But because I already have them, I don't know if I'm gonna get the new one. There are other characters I don't have. like, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on everybody's names right now. But that's okay. But anyway, yeah, but the point is, I've got those figures. So, yeah, I don't think I can buy them the new ones. I don't know where I was going with that. I really don't. I got lost in my thought. Okay, so I'm gonna have him holding his lightsaber, and I guess for this hand, it's pretty much gonna be the back of the hand with the armor piece. There's not much we got to do here. This one is the one that we're gonna be able to see. What I need to do is go back and look at the lightsaber real quick just to make sure that I've got the details right. Alright, let me find a good picture of it. Sorry for the pause. Because you can't... Okay, there we go. So I'll just draw the handle here. We're going to say it's going all the way up. Draw the handle here. Right. And then really what stands out is the hilt. It's got that certain style to it. Right. Okay, so... And also, let me do this too, because I like to keep it straight across to make sure. There you go. So when I draw it, I'm going to be following that line. All right, cool, awesome. Let me get back to the details here. I guess we'll draw his blaster on his side. Let's see. This needs to be strapped to his leg. This sketch it's going pretty well. So we'll be there pretty fast. Okay, so I hope everybody's getting ready. Okay, so let's see. Oh yeah, I moved the foot. Forgot about that. Alright, let's see. It's gonna be here. We're gonna give him a toe. It's a free toe. Alright, I know. Dad jokes are bad jokes. Alright, I think that's good. I think I'm ready to go. Let me redo that nose real quick. Hang on one second. I'm ready to go, but I'm not happy with that nose, even though Sharpie's going to make it really different. Let me just... That'll work. Alright. So, yeah, let me erase some of these sketch lines, and then we're going to go with the confidence line. That's what's going to be left, because as I got more confident with my sketch, I pressed harder. And the sketch lines, I wasn't pressing very hard, so they're going to erase really fast, really easily. And then what's left are going to be the confidence lines that are going to guide us. And that's how you live your life. Follow the confidence, get rid of the sketchiness. Okay. And plus, I want my Sharpie to stand out, not my pencil line, so this is going to help. But if you're working with pencil, you just start drawing, you start pressing harder. You don't worry about that stuff. Alright, so, welcome skippers, welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. There's some eraser left on there. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly a fine point, but a pen's a little finer than a fine point. You can find things that a fine point can't quite find. I've sketched the entire thing out. I've erased a majority of the sketch lines, and what's left are the lighter, faint confidence lines that we're going to use to guide us on this Sharpie adventure. I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen because I can control the line widths much better, and then we're going to build from here. So I'm going to draw his eyelids on top just to make sure I've got them going the right way, and then we'll start with that. Alright, so now that I got that, I'm going to add the retinas like this, add a little bit of pupil, and then for the bottom of the eye, as I draw the top part like that, for the bottom of the eye I'm just going to come in just a little bit like this, and that's all I'm going to add for that. I want the color will take care of the bottom, and the retina kind of implies where the bottom of the eye is anyway. So for his brow, I'm just going to do that, come in here and do that. Okay, very stern face Kanan. Okay, so for the nose, I'm going to do a little bit of a bridge. We'll do something like that just to coming down for the nose, and then just do something like this just to oops, a little too much there, just to show some nostrils. Okay, so for his mouth, we're going to give him just a stern old, concentrating mouth like that. We're going to give him a little bit of a bottom lip like this, and then I'm going to go ahead and draw the sides of his face once I draw his chin. You know what? I almost forgot. Ooh, I'm so glad I didn't start drawing his little goatee thing area. I actually didn't sketch that out, which I easily could have just done that, so it's not that big a deal. But yeah. So just something like this, just kind of implying that there's hair growing out right there. So I'm going to draw his big old strong chin, big old He-Man strong chin. And I'm thickening up the edges too, because once I switch over to that Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference. So I'm kind of, getting ready for how it's going to look. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way up to his cheekbones, to the side of his head. Do something like that, just to give him some girth and strength. There's the side of his head here. And there's his sideburns going to come up like this. Go ahead and just do his hairline like that, just to kind of define a few things, and then I can draw an ear like that. See, I wanted to make sure that sideburn was there, and then I can draw some ears. You can see you're seeing more on this side than this side, so that's why I have it like that. There we go. So now I'm going to draw his hair pulled back. So I'm thinking of where it's going, like the sides are down, then it's going to go out like that. That's kind of the idea of the way hair flows. So it's something else to think about whenever you're sketching stuff out. It's not just lines, it's about where it's going. And so that's also kind of why I'm doing it in pieces, because I'm thinking about, okay, so all of it's pulled back here, then this is going to go back like that. So I'm just kind of thinking of pieces and chunks of where it's got, thicker pieces pulled back, more pieces pulled here, that kind of thing. Just kind of thinking of the way the hair flows. Okay. So I think I'm good with the face. I'll go ahead and just draw the neck down like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch over. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll add a little bit of a ponytail in the back. We'll say like that's the ponytail, okay? Subtle in there. Now I stopped because I want to draw his armor, and I gotta figure out where that is first, then I can maybe connect it down. So let's see, let's draw the edge of the top part like this. Now that I see where that is, I'm going to go ahead and close it off. There we go. All right, and let's go ahead and just draw the armor piece. So the shoulder piece, I'm going to make kind of big. Do something like this, and his the decoration. Wow, I just don't have words. Sometimes I just don't know what I'm saying. The decoration I'm going to put on after, so I'm not worried about that. I am going to add just like a little bit of. There's an edge there, like that, just a little subtle edge, and now I can build underneath that. So where it's connected to his chest, or the chest portion, I'll go ahead and do that. And then I can touch that down now that I know where that is too. So obviously I've got this shoulder facing you, this one's facing back, this arm's going to be in front. So let's draw this part first. So I'm going to come in here with the metal piece, but because the arm is bent, we're going to say that the forearm is in front of it, and that's all you can see of that. So the elbow's right there, and then I'm going to draw this armor piece over that, coming down this way. Like that. So I can now close this off. So see, you got to draw what's in front first, and obviously this is like, you know, cloth in front of the armor here. But the way it's bent up, it's going, this is on top of this, this is in front of that, this is over that. So that's kind of why I want to do stuff like that first. Plan out what's going to be where, and that way you're always, you know, working it out completely. So because he's holding his lightsaber with two hands, this one is the back of his hand. So all we're really going to see is knuckles like this down to the back of the hand, and he does have that armor plating. So like that. So again, that's all you're going to see. I'll add some bends there to show that it's cloth underneath there. But you know, same thing. All this is going to be metal, so I'm not too worried about edges. So let's go ahead and build this hand, the lightsaber, the hand, and all that stuff, and then we're gonna draw the blade. So this hand is in front of it. We're gonna draw the knuckles like this. So you're seeing all these parts, and then the top of the knuckle, and then I guess the thumb. So I know it's upside down, but I just wanted to point out to you that that's basically. Sorry, now it's falling all over the place. That's what we're going to be doing in this portion. So for the hand, we're going to put it on top of that, and I'm going to draw the bottom part like this, and there's the other part. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the finger, but before I go any further, I want to draw the thumb in front of all this, and then I can draw this. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to just add just a little bit of detail like this, just to capture the edges of the fingers. There's some stress on the knuckles like that. Okay, so that being said, I just said that again, didn't I? I'm going to draw his lightsaber handle underneath all this. So I'm coming down here. This is where the end's going to be. I'm not doing anything too elaborate on this end. Maybe we'll add like the little loop, you know, where they latch it on. We'll do something like that. It's going through here like this, and then it's going to come up this way, and we're going to go ahead and draw the end. The end is like the most important part because it's the definer of the way it looks. You know, it's got that big old fatty handle. And then let's see if I could do this. I want to do, this is hard to do with this tiny Sharpie. I should probably be doing it with a different kind, like that. There we go. That's not too bad, not too bad. With a big Sharpie, that's not too bad at all. Clean some of this up. So this is what I was talking about, that very thin handle that he's got. That was very defined to me, and that's why I wanted to make sure I got that right. All right, so for the lightsaber, let me just do this real fast. So I know the handle is straight to the blade. So I just kind of do something like this. So I know I'm going in the right direction. Okay, so for the lightsaber, what I like to do is I keep it really light. I draw, pick up, draw, pick up. So I'm going to shoot it out, and then kind of go follow this line and then come right back down, but picking up and going down. This way, it kind of looks like light. It's not a hard edge, you know, which is not supposed to be, right? Because it's made out of light. Pick up, go down, pick up, go down. So something like that, come down, but do it in different spots. Back towards it, and like that. And there you go. That's a light looking design, so it's not a hard edge. All right, you know what, let me lightsaber this up a little bit, give it a harder edge. All right, there we go. So now we drew what's in front, so now I can draw what's behind. So I'm going to draw his stomach to his chest to where the belt is, or strap, that's connected to his shoulder piece here. And then I can draw the rest of his chest up. I can draw the collar down to the shoulder. And all this is back behind this arm, so there's only so much we're going to see anyway, right? So we're kind of getting away with drawing less like that. But see, this is the cool thing, is we kind of are, even though we're drawing less, it still looks like his complete arm, you know? Let's see. Again, I like to draw cloth lines so you see that it's cloth. It's all bent, you know. But also, see how thick this is versus this? This is why I like to thicken up the edges, and I forgot to do that with his hair. So I'm going to do that now, just to keep it consistent. You don't have to do this with your drawing if you don't want to. I like to do it because this Sharpie is so thick, it kind of stands out if I don't do this. So I'm kind of keeping it all together and consistent looking. Plus, it kind of helps with a thick, thin line. You get a nice complement is what you get. Okay, so now I'm going to draw, let's see. I'm going to draw his belt. So I'm going to say his chest comes down here like that. And it come down to his belt. Like this. And let's see, what does he have? Looks like a centerpiece, and then a strap coming off to his gun. So let's draw that strap first, because I want it in front, like that. I want to make sure I didn't draw through it. Then I can come over here for his belt, like that. There's only so much we can draw underneath there, so that's all we got to do. So I'm going to draw his gun, or his holster, at least, because at this angle, we can only see so much of it anyway. So we're just going to draw like that, and say, well, that's a gun in a holster. There we go. Okay, so now that we drew what's in front, I can draw what's underneath. So I'm going to draw his pants, and then we know it's going to stop right there. And I'm going to go ahead and add some creases into his leg, and we're going to know that's the center. Oh, before I do this, I'm following my sketch so I can add the strap on his leg before I actually draw it. But again, I'm not just throwing it down. I can see in my sketch where I'm doing that. So I'm going to come down here to his knee pad. Okay, which is going to go down to his boot. And then let's just go ahead and do this leg, then we'll come back over here and do this one. So I'm going to draw his boot like this. And this foot is pointed right at you. It's coming at you like this. And then let's add some detail on the inside. And some creases and folds, right? I like doing little stuff like this because it really makes it come alive. It looks like cloth now, you know? It's got those vents that your material, your actual cloth pants would have, you know? Let's see, so for the front, let's do strap across. And that's going to come back down. That. Oops, I drew through that. I'll thicken up, try to hide it. Alright, and they do have, let's see, it looks like a little pattern. I'll go ahead and add it. Anything to kind of make it, you know, a little more vibrant. Oops, I'm drawing through it. I'm all over the place. But also, it kind of it gives it a nice accent or a nice complement. Like that. So see, you got a nice pattern in there. You know. All right. One leg down, let's do the other one. The other one's pretty much the same thing, but just standing there like that. So I'm going to come down here for the leg. And again, down to the knee pad. This one's kind of more of a side angle. So we're going to see the back end of it like that. And that also is going to help us to determine where we're going to come down. So, like that. And again, I'm going to add some creases and folds. I don't want to go too much with the big, because it's nice to add them, but I mean, I've talked about this before. Sharpies, they scream at you. So you kind of have to figure out what do you want to do and what you want yelling at you. You know, it's got to be subtle or it's got to be loud. All right, let's add that little detail like I did back there. Okay, so now we're going to do this foot down. That. All right. So again, I'm going to add some little details with the Sharpie. And let's see. So I'm going to do like I did there. That. All right. And again, that little line across kind of complement or just design. And see how I bunged it up right there? It's because your shoe, you know, gets a lot of wear or bends right there a lot. Here, I'll add something right here. It bends right there at your ankle, so that's why I like to add like bumps to show that, yeah, that's where the shoe's bending. All right, so there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is KANAN JARRUS from Star Wars. So here's how I colored it. Tell me what you think in the comments below, or show me what you did in our Discord group. Just have fun and make it your own, because remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw, and we'll meet somewhere in between. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures with How I Draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button for new videos.